The approval of Detroit's bankruptcy restructuring plan marks a new stage in the class war against workers in Detroit, throughout the United States, and the world. The Socialist Equality Party and the Detroit Workers' Action Committee urged workers to oppose this attack. Judge Rhodes claimed that the plan is fair and equitable. This is a lie. It was drawn up by and for the financial aristocracy, the very forces that turned Detroit into the poorest big city in America. The plan robs Detroit city workers of their pensions and health care. It turned over the collection of the Detroit Institute of Arts to private foundations. It cuts off vital services, including water, to residents, while handing city assets and millions of dollars to banks involved in the illegal interest rate swap deals. And it gives billionaire speculators like Dan Gilbert and Mike Ilitch free rein to loot the city. As revealed by the Detroit Workers' Inquiry into the Bankruptcy of Detroit, held last February and reported in its findings, the entire proceeding is illegal. The attack on pensions violates the state constitution. The people of Michigan overturned the law used to install a financial dictator, but their voice was ignored. Rhodes Ruling makes it clear that there is one law for the rich and super rich and another for the working class. Despite claims of Snyder, Orr, and Duggan that there is consensus behind this plan, there is enormous hostility to it, even as acknowledged by Rhodes in his ruling. The voices and interests of workers, youth, retirees, and the unemployed has been completely excluded and ignored. Instead, this entire process has been a political conspiracy against the working class. Who have been the perpetrators? First, the Obama administration, which wants to use Detroit as a model to attack millions of public sector workers throughout the United States. Second, Republican Governor Rick Snyder and the Democratic Party mayors and city council members. Third, the corporate-controlled media. And finally, the trade unions and their political supporters, which wanted their own share of the spoils and suppressed any opposition from the workers they falsely claimed to represent. All of these conspirators claim that there is no money for pensions and other social needs, even as both big business parties find trillions of dollars to bail out the banks, fuel the stock market bubble, and pay for new wars. The bankruptcy of Detroit reveals the essence of the capitalist system: fraud, corruption, lying and cheating, and criminality, presided over by a financial aristocracy that runs a society on the basis of profit. The alternative is socialism, the rational and democratic organization of the world's resources on the basis of social need. The Socialist Equality Party insists that all people have an inalienable social rights. These include the right to a good paying and secure job, to decent homes and utilities, to vital social services like healthcare, public education, transportation, access to museums and culture, and to a comfortable retirement. In opposition to Rhodes, we insist that water is a right, not a privilege. To pay for these rights, the ill-gotten gains of the banks and big corporations must be seized in order to launch a multi-trillion-dollar program to put the unemployed to work and rebuild Detroit and other cities for working people, not the rich. To fight for this program, I urge workers to join the Detroit Workers' Action Committee to mobilize the working class to defend our rights.